How do you give yourself permission to get back on? Like, you're super busy, which is a great analogy.
I don't say busy also.
Fair enough.
I hate busy. I'm full because I'm intentional with my schedule.
Yes, you're deliberately and intentionally positively making a difference in the world. Therefore, you're doing lots of different things.
I have a very full schedule.
In lots of different cities and lots of different times on various different airplanes,
Yes.
Which is a way, way, way better phrasing it. Thank you for that course correction on my language. That is a good analogy for how people feel driving their kids all over the place. Also, not getting fired, getting everything done at work, taking care of the house, all those sorts of, like, we are
stacked,
full up. And in that environment where it can feel draining, you're talking about fueling and bringing positivity into that type of a space. So for people who are feeling overwhelmed right now, for people who are listening, like, great, Greg, but like, oh, I'm in my car and I'm now a formal limo driver for my 3 teenagers who play sports, which is awesome, but I'm spending all my time in my car in traffic. Like, what do we do under those sorts of circumstances? How do we bring it in those types of moments or situations?
Powerful thoughts lead to powerful actions.
Talk to me about that, because that's awesome.
Powerful thoughts lead to powerful actions. A powerful thought while I'm in the car with my kids is not, oh God, I have so much to do, and my to-do list, and oh my gosh, I haven't sent those emails, and fuck, and then my kids are trying to talk to me, and I'm like, right. I've had to shift, and I have to work on this because my brain is like, you should be doing more, you're wasting time in traffic, and like, it's offering me all the things like, have you seen the to-do list? You missed all these things. You're not the most involved parent. You could be doing more. You didn't respond to the hockey email. Have you checked the apps? Like, if you haven't noticed, I have ADHD, and so my brain
So do I too, so I'm like joining you.
I know, we're
so
like, but like now for me, I'm like, powerful thought. Man, what a great time it is to get with my kids. What can I do that's intentional so I'm not, because what happens is we're spewing on other shit, then we're not present in the moment that we're in, and then we're mad at ourselves because we're spewing on the other shit, then we miss out on the opportunity to be in the moment that we were in, and then we're mad about that, which then leads and bleeds into the next thing. So for me, it's like powerful thoughts lead to powerful actions, and a really quick reframe for me, if I start to spiral down like the toilet of just like, my life sucks, I can't keep up, this is too much, we're never gonna get ahead, is this a powerful thought, and does it serve me? And that came from one of my really good friends, Heather Boersma. She does a lot of work on rest. She's absolutely brilliant, life coach, business coach, wrote a book called The Rest Revolution. But she's a cousin, she's also one of my nearest and dearest friends, but she was like, is this a powerful thought, and does it serve you?
Interesting. So is this a powerful thought, and is this serving me? It's a great pause question.
Yes.
Which drives then carrying on with the thought.
Yeah.
Or punting it.
Yes.
Cool.
And when I'm on stage, I do this thing where it's like, okay, we have a thought. We have 60,000 thoughts, study out of Stanford. That's like the data that I have in my keynote. 80 to 90% of those are repetitive. I mean, the thought of like, what are we having for dinner? Which is a marriage killer right there. If you can solve that in your week, you can already access more joy, literally.
Okay.
Like meal plan, and you will already see a 15% joy increase in your life.
Nice.
I swear. But you have a thought, 60,000 of a day. And then what your brain does next using the reticular activating system, and if I'm incorrect in any of this, feel free to correct me, but this is research I've done. Then it looks for evidence about what you're thinking, is it true or not? Because your brain doesn't really know the difference between a thought and what's real in real life. Like then you're choosing to go, okay, well, is this true? So you have the thought, you look for the evidence. And if your brain is healthy, it can access the correct evidence. If your brain is in a position where it's not depleted, it's not depressed, it's not exhausted, it's not on freaking empty, then you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Or like, oh my gosh, the evidence, my kid is here, breathing, healthy. Gosh, there is a mom in the hospital that would give anything for this Uber moment. Yeah. And to be back and forth. On Saturday, I drove in our vehicle for 5.5 hours. And my one thought was like, gosh, this is such a waste of time. Like I could be doing so many more things on my to-do list. I have stuff to get ready for Christmas. I have to organize. And I was like, no, I'm so grateful I get to do this. And I can afford the gas. And I've got a vehicle that has CarPlay. We have one vehicle that has a tape deck in it. I was like, I get to drive the nice car today. Oh. Like it was just like looking for the evidence. And because you have evidence, you can access belief. And belief is what will fuel powerful action, powerful steps, a little bit more peace in your life because you believe the thing that you're thinking. And then your brain hooks on is like, oh yeah. You know that guy, Charlie, I don't know, he blew up on social media and he did this experiment and now he's like millions of followers and a billionaire or something. And he shifted his whole life around by saying good things are happening to me.
Interesting.
Because his brain was looking for the evidence of the good rather than looking for the evidence of the shitstorm that's right in front of you.
Yeah, while you're speaking, I'm thinking back to last weekend, and I'm driving in traffic. I live in Toronto. Traffic's insane, with my 15-year-old.
Yep.
And it took way too long, and it was very easy for me to get frustrated and a little bit disappointed with my situation at that time. But then I was like, Ingrid asked me a question. I was like, my 15-year-old daughter just asked me a question. What a gift, what an opportunity, what an absolutely magic moment. And I guarantee 10 years from now, I'm going to be thinking back to this, being like, oh yeah, no, remember when we used to drive and we used to talk about stuff?
Can I ask what the question was?
It was pretty involved.
Okay.
But I'm a physiologist. We've been talking about anatomy since she was 7. It was like a pretty significant anatomical, physiological question about...
But something you'll remember for the rest of your life.
100%.
And you probably wouldn't have had that moment if you zipped to the location and said, okay, get out.
Or if I was projecting the energy of like
Ugh.
traffic rage.
Oh, I can't believe I have to drive you again.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah. So that's really, really cool. I appreciate that. It's a reminder I need to lean into over and over and over again. You mentioned belief. I unfortunately have not received the gift of faith yet in my life, so I'm curious about it. You're like,
I was like, tell me more. I was like, I want to know.
It's not about me.
Yeah.
But no, I'm curious when you talk about...
Let me interview you now, Greg.
No, please no.
Avoid at all costs.
That's an emotion. Bury it. You talk about mind, body, emotion, and spirit. And so I am curious about the spiritual element of joy for you and how that plays out. For me, I frame spirituality as like community, connection, love, friends, family. That's it for me. I know that that's not necessarily the way that everyone thinks about it, nor should they. But if you have that aspect of your life, which I'm sure is powerfully beneficial for you. But I'm curious about how that plays out when it comes to joy as well.
I always tell people, I'm like, man, have a kid die, and you're going to want to hope that you had a hope in heaven.
Right.
And like I said, my faith was handed to me on a silver platter. I came from a family of Mennonites, not like hardcore, like we had a TV, but like when I grew up, there was no drinking. Like we were kind of like pretty, a glass of wine. And they started to loosen and relax as I got into my early 20s. And my parents, they made faith so approachable. They didn't ever force it on us. But it was like, hey, you want me to buy you, when we got older, you want to get your lunch bought for you, show up at church. And if you show up at church, I'll buy you lunch. And it was never forced on us, but just a way that we came together. And when Lewis passed, we joined a grief group. And it's a group that you would never want to be a part of. Like there was 12 different families in there. And it was like cancer, kid got ran over, kid had a fall. Like, I mean, horrific stories. Some kid died in a piece of exercise equipment. I'm just like, holy, like you want to talk about heavy. And I was in a moment where some of the families, as we were struggling and sharing our stories, where they didn't know what had happened to their child after that moment of death. Were they in pain? Were they still suffering? Were they still harmed? And I look at my faith, which is love God, love other people. I'm not a perfect Christian, so if you're looking for an example of that, keep on looking, because the buck stops here with that one.
Yeah.
And I swear a lot, like way too much. My grandmother would roll over in her grave. Jessica.
Apparently it makes you live longer, so that's okay.
I know, so I always send my mom those memes. It's like, Mom, this doesn't make me a bad person. It's gonna help me live longer. And it's love God, love other people. And the thing that I love about a relationship with God is it's not earned. It's not how good you are. You can be a complete mess. And he says, I love you and see you just as you are. You're saved by grace, which means unmerited, undeserving favor. Whoa.
Cool. I've thought a lot about unconditional love, unconditional support, which is basically, I think, maybe an extension of that.
Totally. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get there someday. We'll have to talk.